So today we're gonna talk about sociological perspective theory. There are three sociological meta-theories. First, functionalist perspective. Second, conflict theory. And third, symbolic interactionist. First, I will talk about functionalist perspective. First and foremost, functionalist theory is a macro-sociological perspective. They are looking at the big picture. They are looking at institution of society, institution of law, institution of education, institution of economy, and how those institutions are necessary for society to function. Functionalist theory likes to look at society as like a human organism, like all parts are needed for the body to exist. Like if you like a part of body, you need the brain, you need the lung, you need the heart to function. So looking at how society functions is looking at how all institutions work together for each of them to give us a kind of solidity to the whole. Functionalist perspective is originated from sociologist, that is Immanuel Kant. He sees society as a kind of organism with different parts that all work together to keep it alive and in a good health. It examines the necessary structures that help make up society and how each part helps to keep the society stable. Robert Merton introduced us to three concepts related to social functions. The first one is manifest function. Manifest function is intended or recognized functions. It was intended purpose of an institution or the original goal for it. As example, school. We know school is to teach the students to be able to prepare for the real world, to prepare for the college and to get a job. And the second one is latent function. Latent function is unintended, unrecognized, or consequences that happen from function. What I mean by this, we know that school is a place to us gain knowledge. That was a manifest function. But at the same time, we actually developed a group of friends, and that was the latent function. Functionalist sociologists acknowledge that not all parts of the society contributes to its stability. Latent function can be positive or negative, and the negative is what we call dysfunction. Dysfunction is an element that disturbs the social system. As example, we are still in school. Students get involved with the drugs because they met peers that they never met before, and this slowly but surely is a negative consequences of educational system.
Conflict theory looks at society as a competition for limited resources. This perspective is a macro-level approach most identified with the writing of philosopher and sociologist Karl Marx, who believed a society evolved through several stages which were feudalism, capitalism, and socialism. Some individuals and organizations are able to obtain and keep more resources than others, and these winners use their power and influence to maintain social institutions. For example, people with power called bourgeoisie or upper class, they dominated the institutions such as government, education, and economy, while the people without power is proletariat has to compete with them to take place in the institution, and the proletariat depend on the bourgeoisie to get paid.
Hey guys, I'm Khairun and I'm going to talk about symbolic interaction perspective, or more commonly known as symbolic interactionism or interactionist perspective. It is a building theory that views society as socially constructed by everyday interactions or rendezvous between people. The term was first originated by Herbert Blumer for his theory of self, interaction, and meaning, but he is not fully consistent with his percept. He based his theory on the work of George Mead, who is an American philosopher and sociologist, while the other two theories, functionalism and conflict paradigm, focuses on society as whole, which share macro-level perspective. Symbolic interactionism has a significant pivot from focusing on patterns of social interaction in specific settings. It is built to deal with all the micro-level questions of how individuals actually experience society. This means that it is looking at how people interact or act using symbols on their daily basis as a society. There are three core things emphasized into this perspective, which are symbol interpret into meaning, definition of the situations based on how others view it, and the significant others on how symbol
Functionalist perspective views on drug addiction. First, from manifest function. Drugs actually are very functional things to society. They elevate pain, reduce fevers, and curb infections. Society had provided us with norms or guidelines on drug use, so society will not misleading using it. Next is a latent function. Drug can be used as a social activity. For some people, the pleasure of using drugs is about social connection. Drugs can produce a high, give people energy, make them feel good, and reduce stress. And the last one is dysfunction. If society misleading using drugs, it will become drug addiction. It was a disease that affects a person's brain and behavior. As time passes, they may need larger doses. Soon, they need the drug just to feel good. This may cause intense cravings and make them physically ill. Functionalist perspective views on unemployment. Unemployment plays its role in the society. When economy is bad, the economy will not having enough demand for labor. Unemployment happens to efficient firm production. Firms use this opportunity to fire their least productive workers in order to save their expenses. Unemployment from latent function. They will have more free time. Without a job, unemployed may have more opportunities to discover new interests, explore new passions. They also will having more time with family and friends. This can lead to a stronger relationship. They can dysfunction for employment. This will increase social problems. Areas of high unemployment tend to have more crime. This is because when men are out of a job, they are more likely to steal because the risk seems more worthwhile. The last one is functionalist perspective views on cohabitation. Manifest function sees cohabitation as a marital stability. The couple moving in together to spend more time and to test drive the relationship, whether they suit each other or not. So they get to know their partner more deeper before married, and this can avoid from getting divorced. Cohabitation from latent function. It can save money. By living together before married, actually can reduce the expenses of living. Moving in together as a way to save on rent, food, and other living expenses. It was an economical advantage to the couple. Cohabitation also had a lot of dysfunction, and one of the dysfunction is loose relationship with disapproving family or friends. There are people out there who simply disapprove of moving in together. Their disapproval could be grounded in their religious convictions, so this potential loss of relationship with them are high.
Fit theories see unemployment as more evidence of strong or privileged position that benefits others. Lack of soft skill causes unemployment among the lower classes. They are not given any exposure while studying or not furthering study. This affects the lack of knowledgeable in the work system or doing job in their school. This is turned to affect to the family structure by adding a strong money pressure. The people of power dominated and control the economy. Mostly, the higher classes dominate the important position of services in a government, business, or industry. So, people without power are working as a laborer or non-permanent workers. Because the upper classes people pass the law and freely control the economy. This equal to if you have no money, you are powerless. The employer chooses the employees among their circle or acquaintances. Those people, they just wait and the offer will come all together with the positions, or if they want a more higher position, just continue their studies and they will pay with lucrative salary. Drug addiction usually having conflict with themselves, family, or society. Life is pressure. Drug legally used for the medical and illegally used by individuals. Drugs such as heroin used mostly in a poor or middle urban area. Drug dominance in multinational corporations. They sell the drugs such as tobacco and prescription drugs to get profit. Some innocent people might be drug mules by being deceived by the drug dealer, and this shows the role of corporation in drugs. penalties for the drug addiction and dealer or compound the companies sell the drug illegally without permission. Cohabitation. There is no marital status but stay together at one house, but it mostly happens in Western. Cohabitation happens because to cut off the living costs, more freedom, more flexibility, less commitment, and to test drive their partners. Cohabitation affects the kids' emotional and physical. This is because the mom and dad break up by the time, and when they grow up and go for school, the friend will tease them, "Where is your father?" Because you don't have father, and then this will make the emotional breakdown for the kids.
The usage of drugs has evolved from medicinal purpose to becoming habitual for individuals. Symbolic interactionism views drugs to have different meaning to different people, and it is usually causing social problem as it is interpreted by interaction and influence. Health practitioners view drugs as a substance that cure people, while a non-health practitioner view it as to improve mood. Arise from the interaction with drug use. It is learned that drug can bring satisfactory such as pleasure. Cultural attitudes, which mean cultural transition to different places that practice different norms, also a root in this problem. Drug can be obtained easily in urban area rather than rural area. Personality traits of oneself and genetic vulnerability can cause addiction. An individual who has personality traits, namely hate of company and insecure, feel they in comfort zone while taking drugs. History background related to drugs can lead an individual to become an addict as well as they had been exposed to drug at early age. Unemployment being viewed as self-concept and social interaction and influence in symbolic interactionism. Self-concept look at esteem, knowledge, social self and concept as they view themselves in regards to unemployment.